Bobasi Constituency Funds, CBO. The Rural Girls Development Project, Participatory Community Development Program, Mumon and KYSO organization, Akamba Council of Elders, Susanna Care Center, Smile Africa, Kitui Youth and Women Mentorship Organization, St. Martin Catholic Social, Education for Lamu, Young Professionals. Where are you? Okay. Jitegemee Children's Program, Community Change Advocates, Ukia Self-Help Group, Wote Youth Development Project, Nitarudi Tena Shule, yes. Makueni Youth, Makueni Youth Network, Benevolent Life Transformer, Zitumbi Entertainment, Human Rights and Information Forum, Kilumi Community-Based Organization, Makueni Women Rehabilitation Center, Black Samaritan, Children's Space Foundation, KB's Community-Based Organization, Giving Hope Organization, We Kenya, Nursery Tree Association, Katembo Self-Help Group, Adult Education and Community Development, Kilia Self-Help Group, Sign Language for Inclusion. Is it sign language or Kilia?
Sign language.
Okay, okay. Kilungi Nursery Tree. Okay. Kemanzi Self-Help Group. Action for Sustainable Change. Yes. Arid Lands Action Forum. Tumaini Educational Community-Based Organization. Tumaini, was that hand up? Yes, okay, good. Migori Clan.
Yuko.
Chemichemi ya Ukweli.
Yuko.
Chemichemi ya Ukweli.
World Grace 2001.
Yuko.
Kenyenyaini Alliance Youth Group. Community Champions. Pamoja Elimuni kwa Maendeleo na Afya Education Center, PEMA. Voter Information Network and Education. Reformist Kwetu Crime Sipoa. Empowerment Learning Africa. Raising Youth and Community. Restoring Hope, Ray of Hope, Radio Yetu, Youth Networking on Transformation Kenya, Tenacious Development Initiative, Ndoto Refocus, Jaren Education Community-Based, Kapsabet Reds, Nandi Socioeconomic Initiative, Kanapete Chepto, CBO, Atena, that one is repeated, I think I had called you. Kapsubun, Multipurpose, Berur Kapsabet, Raising Star Masaha, Self-Help, Kaboit Self-Help Group, Chemare Vision Group, Women of Faith Vision Group, Chepsengeni Self-Help Group, Kolongei Women Group, Ngoyet Women Group, Elite Women Group, Osiligi Network, Tuweza East Africa, Nalungu CBO, New Haven Robert Center, Alliance Child Health Inclusive, Young Solidarity Foundation, Kendu Nange Women Group, Umoja Omoneno Self-Help Group, Riamonyo Self-Help Group, Bethel Self-Help Group, Professional Partnership Services, Nyandarua Supreme Council of Kenya Muslims, Nyahururu Pastors Fellowship, Large Kenya, Nyeri Education Empowerment Project, Early Childhood and Health Organization, Filia Mission Kenya, Nyeri Child Support, Taveta Widows and Orphans, Dream Alive, Council of Imams and Preachers of Kenya, Taita Taveta, Mwabu Community CBO, Wundanye Mbale Sport, Community Response Group, Tana River County Community Chairpersons Association, Tana River Peace, Reconciliation and Development, Tana Women Champion, Tuweza Youth Group, The Girl Agenda, Policy for Change, PWD Umbrella Organization, Hareti Persons Disability Group. Okay. Afya Jamii Initiative, Badili Tana Initiative, Tana We Trust, Chao CBO, Tana Main Initiative, I think I had called Hereti, Voice of Hope, Free Fellowship in Kenya, that's Tana River, Kicd Empowerment and Education Network, Save Africa, Sustainable Youth Program, County League Special Education Advocacy Program, EdCare Foundation, King's Haven Cottage, Turkana Children with Disability, Aseges Community Network, Advocacy for Change Foundation, Uplift Mentorship and Talent Development, Daystar Women Group, Smart K Community-Based Organization, Solwodi Ladies Sports Association, Uasingishu Disability Group, Good News Teacher Ministry, Kyle Foundation, Jikaze Foundation, Magharibi CBO, Vihiga Yearly Meeting of the Religious Society. That must be the Quakers. Oh, they're not around. Kaimosi Special School, Uzalendo Uzalendo Social Justice Center, Utubora, Jalalak Development Link, Utubora, yuko wapi? Oh, ametoka? Okay, sawa. So, yeah, so I think we'll take that and just make sure that there is a honor for that. Now, Alternative Livelihood Focus, Pastoralist Women Network Initiative, Dadal Youth Group, Imam Welfare Self-Help Group, Yangat Girl Child Potential Sensitization Group, Transforming Africa Foundation, SICOM Peace for Development Network, Sengekwo Women CBO. Okay. I know there are members who may have come in after we had called your name. So those ones who haven't had their name, just put your hands up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just been there.
Yeah, Creche, isn't it? Creche. Ni Center for Education. Ni Center for Education and Communication Research. And kuja ku represent Marhen.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, we have here. Who else? Yes? Huh? Who?
Chitegeme.
From which county?
Machakos.
Oh, Machakos. Jitegeme, I remember we called Jitegeme.
Number 85.
Number 85, eh? Yes?
There was also another hand.
Okay. Another one? Yes? I think we called, which county was that? Nairobi.
Sure it's not there.
What did we say? Cisbro, as in a sister and a brother. Okay.
Sis bro.
No.
Ayuko. 20K.
I don't recall. Oh, okay. The secretariat have just told me that actually is there. So CISBRO, that's an additional number we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, so CISBRO. Which Akili Dada, I think we had read it.
Yeah.
Yes, so let me just mark it for the counting purpose. Nairobi, Akili Dada, number 9. Which other one? Ava? So that is Busia. Just confirm.
Ati anaitwa?
Umepata?
Amesema jina gani?
Busia.
Its name? We are here. Busi is the first page.
Which page? It's after Bungoma community based. That is.
Bunyala ama ni gani?
Ni namba gani? 23, eh?
Nasema tini.
Susu agency.
Which organization was that? Aba? Abandu Balala. Okay.
I don't think it is there.
No, it is there. The secretariat. Okay, there is a confirmation from the secretariat, so that is this number 2. Those are 2 organizations. Which other one? Oh, you are representing RIP. Okay. Also from Busia. Do you have it on your list? RIP Kenya. Yeah, and economic empowerment. Yeah, it's the rural education and economic empowerment. That's the one. Okay, yeah. Here.
It's very important.
Which other one? RIP was here, yes? What?
Nyamira.
I called,
Young Solidarity is there, 146.
146, eh?
Yeah.
Nyamira. Iko.
It's there.
146, yes, that's an additional tick. Which other one?
Which?
Oh, Marwa Watoto from Garissa.
Have I seen Garissa?
Hata mimi sijaona.
Hakuna Garissa. This is the first. I think that is a first. There is no Garissa.
Do you have Marwa Watoto? Do we have?
The new members.
Ni new member.
So that's 3. Yeah, it's okay. Marwa Watoto.
Nani mwingine? Who else?
Elite Women Group. Which county? Nandi. Nandi, we called several. 140. Iko. Okay. So you'll just be patient for 1 minute so that we can do the count. The quorum as per our constitution is 1/3. Okay, if you have been following, I think we are far beyond that. But we just want a record. Okay? Yeah. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 27. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. I have noted it. This is one. So somebody from the secretariat just do this maths. 4 plus 8, then 18, 33, 27, 28, 36, 1, and then 3. 1. So we are having 157 out of 230. That's what percentage? Are we agreed that it is more than a third? Okay.
Thank you very much, Joseph. I think now we wanted to confirm the quorum, so we are okay to go. Now let us adopt the agenda. The agenda of the day is opening prayer, adoption of the agenda, minutes of the last assembly and matters arising, chairperson's report, treasurer's report, AOB. There is election, number 6. Oh, I'm reading for last year. Okay. There is elections. Now, when you see the treasurer's report, it will be accompanied by the auditor's report. Auditor will follow the treasurer. Tuko pamoja? So can we adopt the agenda, a proposal? Yes, Sakwa. Christine Veti. Have you recorded Sakwa as a proposer and then seconded by Christine? Good. I can now request minutes of the last assembly and matters arising. So Joseph, can you take us through? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. You have a copy of the minutes? Oh, they were sent? They were sent maybe... Okay, let me read them. They were sent. Do you have them there? No. For the minutes, I think they were sent. You have them. But I'm just going to quickly go through them. There was a proposal that we save so much on paper. Actually, you have most of these documents. But I'm going to just go through them. If you can access them through the phone, etc., we can continue. But just note maybe something that you might want to point out. Minutes of the third General Assembly of Elimu Yetu Coalition held at the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development on the 5th of December 2024 between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Now, the agenda was opening prayer, adoption of agenda, minutes of the last General Assembly, matters arising, chairperson's report, treasurer's report, and AOB, the prayer. The meeting commenced at 9 a.m. with an opening prayer led by Mr. Josephat Nyabuto of Blood of Jesus Organization. The national coordinator, Mr. Joseph Wasihongo, conducted the roll call to ensure a productive session. It was crucial to establish whether the attendance met the necessary quorum. A third of the total membership, which is that 185, which would constitute 62 members, would typically be the minimum required of the valid membership. Given that 78 members were present, the attendance not only surpassed this threshold, but also signified a strong commitment from the membership to participate in the proceedings. Now, the second minute adoption of agenda, the chair introduced a proposal floated by one of the members to establish a welfare association or a member circle. This suggestion was aimed at creating additional support for the membership. However, after some discussion, a majority of the members expressed concerns that such an initiative could lead to internal conflicts and divert attention from the core objectives of the gathering. Given the potential of division, the members unanimously objected to adding this proposal to the agenda. The agenda, which had been shared earlier, was then formally proposed by Sheikh Abdulaziz Noor from the Council of Imams and Preachers of Kenya in Taita Taveta, and was seconded by Moses Maanya from Kisii County Education Network. The third minutes of the last General Assembly and matters arising. The minutes from the previous meeting were presented by the National Coordinator, Mr. Joseph Washongo, who read them aloud to the members. Angela Shira from ECHO proposed that the minutes be adopted, with the motion seconded by John Dado from Tana River County Education Network. Matters arising, cash and bank balances. Jackson Ondido, representing Vihiga Sen, pointed out that in the financial records, the cash and bank balances were listed together as cash in hand and bank. He suggested that these should be separated. However, it was clarified that if there was no cash in hand, it is appropriate to list it as cash in hand and bank, which accurately reflects the situation. Notice of General Assembly. John Dado, representing Tana River Sen, applauded the Secretariat for ensuring that the minutes of the General Assembly were sent to members 21 days prior to the meeting, along with the official notice of the General Assembly. This was done in accordance with the earlier agreement made during the last AGM, demonstrating the Secretariat's commitment to transparency and adherence to agreed procedures. Number 3, page numbering. Mr. Dado further suggested to number the pages for easier reference. Constitutional formality. James of Tava Sen expressed concern that many members were unfamiliar with the Constitution and proposed sending out a simplified version. However, it was noted that while they were with members, a simplified version could potentially distort the meaning and leading to misunderstandings. Financial oversight and misappropriation prevention. Mr. Rashid James also inquired about the strategies in place to curb potential misappropriation of funds. The Secretariat informed the members that the financial and governance manual that had been updated and an audit committee now conducts internal checks and balances. Furthermore, a payment schedule is provided to board members before issuing checks. Accommodation costs. Sheikh Aziz Noor from Taita Taveta raised a concern regarding the accommodation allowance for participants, which was currently set at 2,500 per day. He suggested increasing the amount. The Secretariat explained that donor support is limited to the conference, not the General Assembly, and that the funds collected from membership subscription were minimal, less than 200,000. However, they assured members that any increase in accommodation allowances would be considered depending with available funds. Wajir County contribution. Rashid Mohammed, representing Mandera Sen, sought to confirm if there was a follow-up on Wajir County's promise to contribute 200,000 to the coalition. The Secretariat confirmed that the promise had not been fulfilled. Mukhtar Noor, representing Wajir Sen, further explained that they support that the support was time-bound. Now, payment of overdue membership fees. Richard James, representing Tana River Sen, made a proposal on removing members who had not paid their subscription fees for over 5 years. It was agreed after much deliberation that Secretariat should follow up on unpaid fees within the next 4 months, and members who failed to pay for their 3 years would be removed from the group or required to settle their outstanding fees. This proposal by Richard James was seconded by Jeremiah Nyanganyi, representing Kisii Sen. Donors and in-kind support. Mr. Rashid James further inquired about the category income listed as donations in kind support. He questioned why donors had not been named. The Secretariat clarified that some donors preferred to remain anonymous, but that in-kind support would be acknowledged in future records. Future meetings location. Sheikh Abdiaziz Noor representing Taita Taveta Sen, requested the future meetings to be held in different counties, not just in Nairobi. The Secretariat explained that while this would depend on availability of funding, members would also need to support financially to make this a reality. Although Janak, representing Migori Sen, further emphasized the importance of members' financial contribution in reducing reliance on donor support. Payment deadline. It was noted that as per the earlier agreement, members are required to make their subscription payment by the end of April. It was therefore agreed that if a member is unable to meet this deadline, they are required to submit a written explanation to the national coordinator. After review and discussion, the minutes were confirmed as a true and accurate record of the previous meeting. Chairperson's report. The report was proposed by Karanja Muturi of Nyandarua Sen and seconded by Vincent Mwachi of Kakamega Sen. In his opening remarks, Mr. Joseph Kirui, UIC Sec Chair, welcomed the new members who had recently joined the coalition and attended the meeting. He then highlighted that the report was presented against the backdrop of current board having served 2/3 of their term, with only 1/3 remaining. He also took the opportunity to recognize the board members who had served with him, board members including Catherine Mwangi, VSO, that is a vice chair, Mary Gidhiomi, Integrated Aid Services, treasurer, Mary Martini, New Haven Robert Center, Susan Ombunya, Balm of Hope, Mohammed Sheikh, Action for Sustainable Change, David Shakwa, Makueni Remand Education, Moses Chege, Site Savers, Paula Doch, Tres Kenya, and the Secretary, Joseph Wasihongo. The chairperson noted that since the board's election, they had dedicated their time to supporting the coalition in supporting its goal of promoting the provision of inclusive, equitable, and quality basic education and training in Kenya. He also acknowledged that while challenges had arisen, the board had consistently found ways to overcome them in pursuit of the coalition's mission. He noted some of the achievements made. Membership growth, especially in the grassroots, with the coalition having a membership of 185, mostly from the grassroots. Direct projects being implemented in 18 counties as follows: 10 counties under GIZ, including Mandera, Busia, Trans Nzoia, Kisii, Nyamira, Nyandarua, Makueni, Kitui, Trans Nzoia, and Kericho, and 8 counties under the Addressing Barriers to Girls' Education and Skills in Kenya, including Wajir, Ngoma, Homa Bay, Nyeri, Isiolo, Tana River, Narok, and West Pokot. In addition, we have Turkana and Garissa County being targeted for refugee projects that are implemented together with Save the Children. Enhanced community presence through engagement with the Ministry of Education and other stakeholders, and some of the Sens had a provision for support for grassroots activity, including Uasin Gishu, Kakamega, Nakuru, and Vihiga. He noted at the national level that the coalition had respected partner in the eyes of the government, as evidenced by the speech of the Director General of Education, Dr. Elias Abdi, while officiating the opening 2024 CSO EFA conference. Additionally, Mr. Kirui informed the members that the coalition had experienced significant growth in resources. He highlighted some of the key grants that the coalition had received: Education Out Loud, our main donor, with support of $411,000 over a period of 3 years ending 2026. German Technical Cooperation, or GIZ, about approximately 100,000 euros under the ICT Integration Understanding School Digital Ecosystem Project. Wellspring, 100,000 USDs. Save the Children, 332,445 USDs in support of a period of a 5-year project, 5-year refugee project to be implemented in Dadaab and Kakuma refugees camps. He further noted that through the support of one of our partners, EYC financial system had been upgraded, and progressively the Secretariat had been strengthened. He noted that moving forward, the coalition needed to increase funding base, continue strengthening the sense so that they continue to engage with all education stakeholders at the county, effectively utilize the space and goodwill that we have from the government to undertake our mission, continuously collaborate with as many partners as possible towards pursuit of similar objectives, increase our membership base, continue supporting the Secretariat to be an effective entity that can lead and coordinate our efforts towards achieving our mission. He concluded by thanking the members for their continued contributions towards the success of the coalition, especially as they move forward in implementing the 2024-2028 strategic plan. The Treasurer's Report. The report was proposed by Mukhtar Noor, representing Wajir Sen, and seconded by Moses Omukunda, representing Kakamega Sen. The Vice Chairperson then read the Treasurer's report as the Treasurer had urgent issues to attend. The report provided a detailed analysis of the financial position of EYC for the year 2023. It also included projections for the expected income in 2024, along with an update on various financial-related matters as outlined in the Treasurer's desk. The major projects implemented within the year were Education Out Loud. We had given details. A new phase starting in January 2024 is expected to run for a period of 3 years, January 2024 to December 2026. Decreasing gender-based barriers to girls' education and skills, funded by Wellspring Philanthropic Group. The project aimed at decreasing gender-based barriers to adolescent girls' education and skills, and it was to run for 2 years, 2023 to November 2025. Understanding School Digital Ecosystem, 10 counties in Kenya, funded by GIZ and managed by the Global Campaign for Education. This is a one-year pilot program running from March 2025 to February 2024 to February 2025. The project targeted 10 counties. Teach Well Voices, again, Lego Foundation, and managed by Save the Children, running from June 2024 to 31st January 2029. Membership and subscription fees. The membership of UIC had grown to 163 at the end of 2023, and also 29 new members joined the coalition in 2024. There were no members who had officially left the coalition in the recent past. There have been a great improvement on the payment of subscription for the current year 2024 as compared to 2023 and the previous years. However, there were still delays in some of the members who had not been able to remit their subscription on time as agreed during the last AGM. Members were therefore encouraged to make annual subscriptions early enough as per the deadline agreed during last year's AGM, that is by the end of April. The audit for 2023 had been conducted on time by the end of April 2024. The report had been presented by the Treasurer and Chairperson and the Audit Committee of the Board, and have also been presented to the entire Board. All the reports are favorable and provide assurance that proper books of accounts are maintained and reflect the financial position of EYC. The auditor will be conducting his third audit in 2025 for the financial year 2024. The coalition would now start working on an appointment of a new auditor in 2025 to conduct the 2025 audit in 2026. Fundraising initiatives. More efforts have been put on looking for new partners to expand the resource base of the EYC. Our main source of funding still remains membership fees and developing concepts and proposals. So there was a summary of a cash and bank balance at the end of 2023. So in terms of receivables, we had 2,507,667 Kenyan shillings in terms of receivables. The cash at bank was 10,234,287, and a total of cash and cash equivalents was 12,741,954. Annual incomes. The following grant incomes were received by the organization from various organizations and some members of the coalition for purposes of executing the various approved projects. Education Out Loud had, by 2023, sent us 18 million shillings, 607,879. Wellspring had sent us 7,599,252, giving a total income for 2023 as 26,207,131 million shillings. Indirect or in-kind donations received: VSO conference package support for coastal regional CSO EFA conference in Kilifi. They also supported in conference package for 2023 CSO National EFA conference at KICD in November 2023. WeWorld Kenya also provide in-kind support, conference package for regional forums in the Rift Valley, and also conference package for regional forums in the Nyanza area. Below, then there was an analysis made on membership income for EYC. Paid up members by 2023, we had 100 compared to 90 in 2022. Total amount received as membership for 2023 was 230,030 compared to 223,150 the previous year. Annual expenditure: as at the end of the financial year, 31st December 2023 and 2022, the financial statements indicate total administration and project expenditure breakdown as follows. So Education Out Loud had given 18,716,751. Wellspring Philanthropic had contributed 378,560. EYC Office Operations and Administration 166,458 and 50. And so there was a total of an expenditure of 19,261,769 for the year 2023. Projected incomes for 2024. Education Out Loud, it was projected that the income would come in of $137,497,000 US. Wellspring Philanthropic, there was a projection of $50,000 US. GIZ to give us around 100,000 euros, and others were expecting around 80,000 US. Achievement during the year: there had been some increment of donor funding in the new donor. A new donor came in October 2023, and there is hope for another project in early 2024. The KRA debt that had been outstanding for years was waived off by KRA up to 99%, and the organization only paid little amount. Thus, we have been able to get the tax compliance certificate to 2023. The coalition managed to upgrade its financial system and equipment through the support of a new donor. Challenges faced during the period: although in 2023 the coalition managed to get a new additional donor, it is far from achieving the desired funding of the coalition to operate effectively. Delayed payment of annual subscription by members that are affecting the planning of the coalition activities at the county and national level. Members are reminded to pay their annual subscription on or before April of 2025. It is noted that income is still not sufficient, which affects the organization's ability to carry out its activities. Hence, there is a risk that without donor support, EYC would cease to operate. Auditor's report. The report was proposed by Karanja Muturi of Nyandarua Sen and seconded by Vincent Mwachi of Kakamega Sen. The auditor, CPA Patrick Gagani, representing Taxmark Kenya, presented the signed audit report. Hard copies had been shared with the members earlier for review. After the presentations, members sought clarification on where the positive outcomes and challenges were captured in the audit report. CPA Patrick Gagani clarified that the auditors provide a management report to the coalition, highlighting areas where improvements are needed. This report includes both positive aspects and challenges identified during the audit. Additionally, CPA Gagani explained that the certain issues are submitted directly to the general membership, ensuring transparency and accountability regarding the coalition's financial management. The AOB agenda for the last meeting that we had: Number 1, Peter Smiyu, representing Bungoma Sen, requested the review of membership allowance. John Dado, representing Tana River Sen, noted that the Secretariat would take affirmative action to include members from marginalized when sending out invitation, or should take affirmative action. Number 3, members appreciated the Treasurer's report, citing it as good. Number 4, Julius Omuga, representing Homa Bay Sen, raised a concern about the communique developed during the national conference. He emphasized that members should receive responses to the issues raised rather than simply having communiques filed without feedback. Number 5, Diana Karuga, representing Akili Dada, requested the coalition to provide a calendar of events so members know where to offer support in the next AGM. Josedas Muthama, representing Makweni Sen, sought to be informed of who was incorporated into the board after Site Savers resigned. He further suggested that members should be given branded items during annual events, e.g. branded t-shirts, pens, or flyers. Members suggested that EYC should be visible on national platforms, especially when addressing emerging education issues such as floods. The members raised the need for both genders to be balanced when proposing and seconding motions. It was suggested that obsolete computers owned by the coalition should be donated to county networks. Members requested that the Secretariat provide a letter or some form of identification of help to help them access government offices at the county level. Angela Washera, representing Nyeri Sen, encouraged members to like and follow the coalition social media accounts. Lilian Onyango, representing Kreshe, suggested that during conferences, successful stories should be documented along with feedback from donors. She further proposed that Nairobi members should be brought back into the forums as they were supporting coalition as partners but had stopped being members. Christian Vethi, representing Kitui Sen, expressed gratitude for the GIZ project, particularly in collection of data of the school digital ecosystem in 100 schools in Kitui County. Mercy Achieng, representing Homa Bay Sen, requested the members to help source funding for the establishment of a breastfeeding center in Homa Bay. Responses to some of the issues raised. Joseph Asongo, the national coordinator, noted that the accommodation rates depend on donor support. He mentioned that there are focal people in every country who help manage local issues. He emphasized that the coalition addresses national issues strategically, ensuring a broad and coordinated approach. Regarding the obsolete computers, Joseph clarified that the coalition is not dealing with obsolete equipment, but is working on a policy for this matter. He assured members that communication will be provided when the time is ripe. Joseph also mentioned that the members who require letters for accessing government offices should write to the Secretariat specifically requesting them. The coalition will then evaluate the request and liaise with the appropriate offices. He highlighted the dilemma the coalition faces with members who have not officially written to indicate their intention to leave the coalition. We urge members to formally communicate their decision if they wish to discontinue their membership. The chairperson finally thanked the members for a peaceful and productive meeting. He wished everyone a safe journey back home. With no further business to discuss, the meeting ended with a word of prayer led by Sheikh Abdiaziz Nur, representing Taita Taveta Sen. So those were the minutes for the last AGM.
Thank you. Thank you, Joseph, for taking us through the minutes. Before I allow for matters arising, I would want these minutes to be adopted. Are these the actual minutes we discussed during the last AGM? Yes. Yes. A proposer? Your name? Doreen. Have you taken the name? Seconder? At the back? Rashid who? Thank you very much. So I can now allow for matters arising from the minutes we have gone through. Anybody with an issue as far as matters arising? So everybody is happy about it. Yes, Taita Taveta.
Thank you. I think in the last meeting, and according to the minutes we have just been read, is that we had talked about banners and t-shirts. So I don't know how far that thing has gone.
Oh, banners and t-shirts. That is what you are asking. The Secretariat can tell us.
Okay. Yeah. I'm supposing that you're talking about t-shirts for members. Okay. Yes, it all boils down to resources in terms of t-shirts. We were even making a proposal that probably the Secretariat should at one point start printing the T-shirts and making you to buy so that we can also accumulate resources for the coalition. And you get out with a T-shirt written Elimu Yetu, but you also, for the growth of the coalition, leave some money. But in terms of providing materials that you can go home with, we don't have a problem with. The only thing is the resources permitting. This particular time we still have had challenges. We have expended a lot of resources to ensure that you come here. That was a priority for you to arrive, and unfortunately we were not able to pursue that. But if we get resources, that is something that is in our minutes. We are speaking as a team when we are looking at the minutes and you're like, oh my God, they asked for T-shirts and they also asked for other things, but now the issue of funding. But I want to tell you, do not lose hope. When those opportunities come, we will give you those particular T-shirts. But we are also tinkering with the idea of producing materials that are branded, that you can lift the coalition by buying them when you go. So that's also just an idea, but that is up to you. You can shoot down that idea and say that you're Atwezi. This is the AGM, so you yeah. But I just want to say, just to reiterate, it's because of inadequate resources.
Thank you very much. I think we want to take questions and then we answer them accordingly. We start from here and then we go, and then the side. Yes.
Thank you so much. This is Mercy from Homa Basin. Just to add on what Mr. Joseph has talked about, I would wish that we start this from next year at the regional AGMs. When we start it from the regional AGMs, it's going to be a way of mobilizing resources also, because I believe at that level, buying a branded T-shirt, a branded pen, a branded book would not be something very difficult for an EYC member. So my proposal is we start it next year and we start it at the regional level so that those who don't get it at the region can now get it at the national AGM. Thank you.
Thank you. There was somebody.
Thank you. Brenda, Kakamega County. We also raised about the issue of identification, introduction letters and badges for officiality. So I don't know how far it has gone, because remember we are all dealing with matters in education, and education means we are getting involved in one way or another, practically and physically in schools. So you realize apart from independent organizations, maybe I think when we are raising this issue and we've not seen any action. Kindly.
Very much. The next one, Owiti. Is it Owiti? Am I got?
Madam Chair, the issue I want to raise is about, it touches on constitutionality. The last AGM, we were 185. We went past the 2/3 of the members. This year again, we are 157. That is again beyond 2/3, and our constitution talks about 1/3. I find that a little bit problematic in the sense that if we want a simple majority, because all issues are done on a majority, then 1/3 that is not a simple majority. It is less. So I would like to recommend that we update our constitution to cover 2/3. That would give us a majority in passing out any constitutional issues. Thank you.
Somebody somewhere?
Yeah, I just had a concern. This is Dixon from Reformist Organization. Under the request that Homa Bay Sen had made in the last AGM, I don't know whether the follow-up was done. Under AOB 14, where Mercy, who was representing Homa Bay, requested members to help to source funds for a breastfeeding center in Homa Bay. Was anything done, or was there any follow-up that was made? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. My name is Dr. Joel Ruto. I have two comments to make. Somebody pointed out to the fact of constitution or the bylaws of the EYC, but I want to enhance it and say some of us do not have copies of those constitutions, leave alone even a revised version. Number two, somebody also, while we're talking about T-shirts and the rest, I'm looking at slightly differently that EYC image is a bit not loud. Can we enhance the visibility of EYC either on the digital platform, where in very some of the popular channels we really, thank you.
I think that is so. No, is there anyone? Rashid, uko na mic? Sina mic.
Asante sana mwenyekiti kwa kunipatia hii fursa. Jambo ambalo ningependa kueleza zaidi, ningetaka ufafanuzi katika ile nakala iliyopita kuhusu statement iliyoweka kuhusu masuala mambo ya appropriation of coalition fund. Nakumbuka pale awali coordinator aliweza kutueleza kwamba aweza kurecover kiwango fulani ya pesa from ile appropriation ilikuwa imefanyika. Sasa hii tunapaswa kueleza kwamba kulikuwa na balance, walikuwa wafuatilizie kama hiyo balance imekuwa recovered full ama bado, and kama bado shida iko wapi mpaka sasa hii kutoka ile pesa ambayo ilikuwa imepotea kutoka kwa coalition moja. Ya pili, kuna swala mambo ya wale wanachama tulikuwa tumesema ambao wamechelewa kulipa, ambao walikuwa sasa kama wanataka kurudishwa katika register ya EYC, wanapaswa kulipa zile arrears ambazo zilikuwa wamekaa nazo kwa hiyo miaka. Je, waliweza kulipa hizo pesa? Na kama hawakuweza kulipa, waliregeshwa ama waliandikiwa barua ya wao kutolewa katika register? Hiyo mbili nataka kujua. Ya tatu, kuna jina langu limeandikwa vibaya. Nimeona mahali mnasema mnaita Richard. Kuna sehemu mnaita Rashid Mzuri na kuna sehemu hapo naona mnaita Richard. Tafadhali naomba katika minutes urekebishe hiyo msala. Asante.
Yes, I will answer the issue of Ruto. The Constitution Ruto, in our previous email, if you can remember, we had a previous email. The Constitution is there, it wasn't there. So your current email, you have not been accommodated so that you cannot have that one. But the previous email, it is there. Number two, about your question again. The visibility, and if I understood you very well, why is EYC not known at the highest level? I can tell you confidently that EYC is not only known in Kenya, but regionally and globally. Because whatever we are doing and the way we have set up our coalition is being borrowed globally, so that they can also use the same to implement in their countries. I'm talking about countries now, that is global. And regionally, we are being recognized because EYC has been given an opportunity to go and train. Was it in West Africa? Several places where they want to know what EYC is doing. So EOL, who are our support as far as finance is concerned, they have taken us seriously, and Elimuyetu coalition, led by Joseph in the secretariat, are moving round across Africa to give education to members of the coalitions in those countries to know what are we really doing so that we have succeeded. If I've answered well, or if there's something remaining, Joseph, you can add. Yeah.
Maybe I'll respond to a couple of issues that have been raised, but just to talk about today will be in that what I will be talking to all the media houses next week in terms of what is the state of education in this country. We're just doing things different. When we go to forums, you're told that you're part of a steering committee of a major endeavor, bringing together we are part of that. When the ministry comes and sees you, they look at me very differently. As a very important stakeholder, our voice really matters. So on the issue of visibility, actually you will be surprised that that's not the case. We have a very big body that is called Education Development Partners Coordination. If you have had the privilege of being there, and it brings together everyone, all those people that matter. And in most cases, partners, and I walked into any institution, do you know Elimu? Every county that walked into any institute is represented here and asked, do you know Elimu yetu? What would be the answer? Okay. For the constitution, for the new groups that are there, the secretariat is going to make a copy so that you have, and thank you, Joel, for raising it up, especially for the new members that are coming in to join, especially for the new members that are coming in to join the constitution. The issue around the funds that have been there, on record, in terms of the funds that we have been pursuing for almost around 5 years now, I think we have taken the necessary steps, including writing letters to whoever that is concerned, and not only writing letters, the boards that have been there, through lawyers, etc., to try to get this. It's an effort we lent on. Our focus mainly has been because there was also another component to it. There was a component of that 2 million that ought to be recovered, but there was also a component of debt. So what the board has been doing is to focus on the debt, paying the debt, because the repercussions around the debt are more serious as compared to this one, which we can follow at a particular time. So, and I think the chair is going to give a report on this, that we have made tremendous progress over that. But thank you for raising it up. What I'm just trying to tell you, it is not an issue that we have stopped. It is something that we are continuing to follow, and in terms of other things. Now, the other issue was about the breastfeeding center. When this request was made, Homa Bay County was not part of the gender project. Then we took a gender project there. And gender project, do you guys see a relationship between gender and breasts or breastfeeding? Is there a relationship? Is there a relationship between that? Okay, yeah. So when we went there, we started engaging with stakeholders on issues related to gender. And on matters related to gender, there were some issues over the 2 years that we have been working over that. Some issues have been brought up, some that have been taken over by the county, especially matters related to policy, probably to address some of those particular issues. And then there are some other issues that have been addressed collectively by the coalition through that very specific program. So specifically, EYC going there and beginning a breastfeeding center, we left that as a policy issue within Homa Bay, whereby they have developed an issue, and I thank God for Daisy's project that was able to push for that, so that we have got a gender-based policy, and that gender-based policy have components that has to do with well-being. On the matter of, again, related to Homa Bay had made a request about Izima report tunapeana at party feedback. I think that we sorted it out this year. When you came in, you had something in your package that was telling us this is what we did And this is what the government has done, and these are the gaps. That is one way of following up and finding out the progress that had been made in terms of that particular case. On matters of the Constitution, I think it's a constitutional issue. In terms of the membership, I think what Peter is trying to say, that threshold is very low. Let us go a little bit high. So that's a constitutional issue, but again, the key constitutional body that probably maybe one day we'll talk about that in terms of seeing, should we amend it to a simple majority, for example, so that even the threshold can go a little bit higher, but we can also get a little bit of input, say from Trace Kenya, which has been in